All right, so what the hell's going on at Area 51? I want an answer right now. I want the official line. What's going on at Area 51?
Area 51 is a place where we had great innovation back in the day. So the SR-71 was developed at Area 51. A lot of the stealth technologies were developed at Area 51. In fact, though, Area 51 has sub-bases. So for example, there is a base called S4, and this is south of Groom Lake by Papoose Lake. Now, this has been verified to me in numerous ways that I'm going to be presenting in some of my films.
Okay.
I have a short film. If you go to alienpropulsion.com, it's about a man named Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar is the cosmic whistleblower. He was tasked by the federal government to back engineer saucers. Craft from, not from here.
Right.
So Area 51 is a place where great technology was developed, but the actual projects that are, off-world, allegedly, were taken care of in other places, such as S4 by Papoose Lake.
Yeah. So what would you say to the people that will say, well, if there was something really going on at Area 51, and if they were hiding something, and if aliens had really visited, but there would be no way to keep the secret?
Yeah, that's a lack of imagination. Anybody who's spent time in the military will tell you, not only do we have secrets, but we keep them. It is not hard to keep a secret.
Yeah.
And so that's a real lack of imagination. We have secrets, we keep secrets, and this is the biggest one, a very important one, because of the technologies.
Right. So speaking of the technologies, every time we do an alien story or anything about the future, I'm a firm believer that if the aliens get here first, they ultimately will destroy us. And if we were to get to another planet, we would destroy them, because we see what we do to humans here. Right. Every time anyone explores anywhere, what do? You end up killing them and taking all their resources.
Hopefully
and it's what Avatar is all about, and a million other sci-fi movies, which I want to get to in a second. But does that theory make sense to you? That
no,
really,
it doesn't.
No?
No.
Okay.
Hopefully there'd be a courtship period where we were all in love.
Well, I think we'd have a little of that. Like, we'd be very wowed by them, but ultimately, because if they left their planet, it stands to reason that they were exploring because they needed something. Like, we're going to destroy Earth on our own, right? And then we're going to have to go.
That may be true, but you have to look at it a few different ways. One is that we may be an asset to them, and that's the thing. Life itself is precious, so life itself may be an asset. We don't really know what the end game is, and I'd also have to say that the evidence has shown that, in my personal opinion, that there has been contact, and it's been going on for a long time. We're still here.
Yeah. So give me the example of contact that someone can watch this and be like, all right.
Yeah, well, so you have kind of these cursory things. So in 1952, the flyover over Washington, D.C., I mean, this was in every paper. This was a flap of objects that were able to outrun even our best fighter planes at the time. This is where our airspace was kind of taken over. Now, contact itself, that seems to occur on an individual basis. It's really, no one's come down and said, here's the mothership, at least not in the time frame that we're talking about modern humanity.
Right. So why does everyone always say, well, it's always backwards Hicks in the middle of Kentucky?
Oh, that's absolutely untrue.
Yeah, but you always hear that, right?
Because that is propaganda that's been put forward by every news source who grasps on this. They love to play the X-Files in the background, and they love to make fun of it. It's a laugh factor because you are silly enough to believe that you are the most intelligent species in the universe, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, right? So, but that's why you get that laugh factor. It's not Hicks in the backwoods, although there are waves of these craft that seem to occur in non-populated or less populated areas.
Right.
But again, watch the citizen hearing on disclosure. You have the most credible sources you could possibly find who are testifying. These are not Hicks in the back. Although the Hicks, they probably got it right too. I mean,
well, that's the other thing. It always seems to me that couldn't you argue that if they were just targeting Hicks, whatever, I don't even like using that word, but if they were just targeting these people that people don't trust,
discreditable, uncredible people.
That, in a weird way, that would actually make sense because they could learn about humans from someone that the humans then wouldn't trust, as opposed to going to somebody that we all trust. If they went to Oprah, but they didn't want us to know about it, then that would be she has a lot of credibility.
You would be amazed who the believers are, like President Carter, who was just on Jimmy Kimmel, was both Obama and President Clinton. President Clinton openly talked about how his first task in getting into office was sending somebody to find out one of two things.
Yeah.
who killed Kennedy, oddly enough. I guess as a president, you want to know.
Yeah, that was the aliens, right?
Yeah, right,
I
no,
think
it wasn't. And then, you know, do we have aliens at Area 51? He was unable to get access, because what people don't understand is the president might have the clearance, but does not have the need to know, or
Right.
the reverse.
So that's like the plausible deniability line from Independence Day. Like,
last
when the president walked in, when Bull Pullman walks in, he sees
Right.
the alien.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why didn't I know about this? The guy's like, well, plausible deniability.
Right, that's a great scene. But the last president that really had the military background to be tuned in was Eisenhower. After that, everything changed, man.
Are the aliens coming to destroy us, or will we destroy them first? Let us know in the comments right down below.